Hello everyone and welcome back once again to Grigsby's War in the East, playing as the Soviets. And we're in turn 35, mid-February, so I think we've already seen this last turn. It's a bit weird. I don't know what happens then, like, surely we've been reading this, but this naval success, I have a feeling I saw this turn 34 already, so... Not really sure what's going on here, but some partisans. The SS Normandy. The SS Normandy was a French ocean liner built in the early 1930s. She entered service in 1935 as the largest and fastest passenger ship afloat. She is still considered the most powerful steam turbo-electric propelled passenger ship ever built. The war found Normandy in New York Harbor on September 3rd, 1939. The US government interned her just 2 days after Germany invaded Poland. The ship remained in New York Harbor, but retained her French crew and captain. During the Battle of France in 1940, US Coast Guardsmen were detailed to board the ship to defend her against possible sabotage. In December of 1941, 5 days after the attack on Pearl Harbor, the US Coast Guard took possession of the Normandy. Later in that same month, the ship was transferred to the US Navy and was renamed the USS Lafayette. Plans were to convert the vessel to a troop ship. On February 10th, during the conversion process, the ship caught fire and capsized on her port side, coming to rest on the mud of the Hudson River at Pier 88. Although salvaged at great expense, restoration was deemed too costly. The ship was scrapped after the war. And we get the Channel Dash. Based on Adolf Hitler's perceived threat of a possible British invasion of Normandy, on February 11th, 1942, the German Navy carried out Operation Cerberus, Unternehmen Cerberus, a naval squadron of the battleships Scharnhorst and Gneisenau, with the heavy cruiser Prince Eugen and escorts, ran a British blockade from Brest up the English Channel to the northern German ports. The Luftwaffe provided air cover as the ships neared Dover. The British RAF, Navy and coastal artillery belatedly began operations against the German ships but failed to intercept them. Although the battleships were damaged by mines in the North Sea, the squadron reached German ports 2 days later. The British daily paper The Times denounced the British fiasco, and Winston Churchill ordered an inquiry into the debacle. The German Navy considered the operation a tactical success, but a strategic failure, by exchanging a threat to the Allied Atlantic convoys by German warships for a hypothetical threat to Norway. Right. What's certainly not a hypothetical threat is the danger exposed to Army Group South. But let's go and take a look. Once again, a lot of units. I have a sensation that it might... You see... I don't really know. It might be all those infantry squad minuses that are getting removed from TOEs and then the manpower is sent back. I'm not really sure, because when does it change actually? Upgrading 2 turns, so that's not actually the case. I wonder then what the reason is that my armies are actually getting emptied. It's not losing men that's the case, because if we look at this, well, maybe this is because of battles in the previous. Friendly loss is 50k. And I did get 208,000 more in the theater box. So. Really not sure. Well, nothing we could do. We do have this pocket within a pocket of the Crimea here, so that's interesting. We'll see how that goes. I'm going to start bombing this port at the very least and then see how that goes. Maybe even Yalta eventually, but let's start with strategic bombing. The Black Air Sea Fleet. And I'm not sure why they would not be able to do that. That's the problem. It's flying weather. That's why they're not going there. Fair enough. Seems like I figured out the problem. Let's send all the bombers. I'd be surprised if my opponent runs interdiction there. Let's actually send 100 over here. No escort. All days. Low altitude. If they get shredded, they get shredded. But I don't think that's actually going to be the case. At least not here. Now, I also want them to go and run air superiority with fly weather all. Doesn't get it there. Let's choose a different target hex. That gets them there. I might be able to still intercept some enemy planes around this area, so I'd be willing to try that, even though it's gonna be terrible. The rest of these planes are all but gone. And then I'm gonna do another bomb city on Yalta. I'm gonna use these two first, see how that goes, and after that I'm gonna try Yevpatoria as well. Again, I'm gonna fly every single day in all weather. This time I'm gonna use these. I'll have some mix on backup. And again, I'm going to bomb the port. Low altitude. They might get shredded by AA as well. It's probably going to be painful. But can't even get rid of that somehow. That's right. Okay. Let's run it. I don't need air operations in the other places with those blizzards. Let's just focus on this here. No. Goes somewhere else. Here we go. Yep. It's just the first day. He's not even flying. All of these losses are operational. That is pretty harsh. But still might have been worth it. Well, I won't be able to see the results directly, unfortunately. I mean, it claims that it's damaged. And here too. What would it claim it here? It's not damaged, okay. I might try and damage that port next turn. See how that goes. Might actually work out indeed the way I intended to, but if he gets less supplies through both of these, that might actually work out quite well for me. Right. I have no railroad to fix. None. Nothing. Nothing at all. That cannot be right. I mean, there's some here, I guess, and here. But it's not much. Alright, well, let's start. By doing this. Route would have been nice, but I'll take the hit like that. This is unfortunate, so I'm not gonna focus on those, but on this. This unit is close to breaking point, and it does allow me to potentially encircle the 22nd air landing. It does. Okay, that's a valuable prize. Let's see though. Okay, so my opponent has a unit in here, given that moving is problematic. Let's move in another cavalry. It's a very weak unit. Very strange that it would amount to absolutely nothing. It must have been on the rail, probably. But I don't see it. That is most likely what it is, though. Let's start with this. And this, and oh no, it's 1.5. Yeah, they're not gonna make that. Now, if I move you in here, still 0.3, super weird. Well, let's at least move one rifle division to Paracop. That doesn't really help that much. This is blocking the way quite nicely, though. So, and it's no longer supposedly a spy. I like this a lot better. The chance that my opponent will break through now are much slimmer here. I will also most certainly try to do that. Not that I think I'll get into Kherson, but I gotta be optimistic, I guess. Moving back with them is probably the best idea. Given there's no way I can get any unit in there. Which is fair enough. Well, that's too bad. Well, the party has to be over at some point. That party's not over though. Nice. Bagged another 50 tanks. Panzer II and Panzer IIIs. That's fine. For my opponent, he only has 820 working tanks at the moment here. And just for giggles, I'll do that too. There's no way I can get at them, but it doesn't matter. This is more or less just for fun. Would have been nice if I would have been able to get a unit in there though, but I guess... $10 is certainly not going to be enough. Well, let's not push it. They're also all in good supply. So that's something. Now, around here, I feel like my best bet is probably still going to be to try and push them to the other side of the Dnieper and then try to hold them there. My opponent has been somewhat forthcoming. Moving to this side and then behind this river. Certainly don't mind the gesture. Let's get some help. Because I sure feel like I'm gonna need it. Damn it. Whew. The losses are absolutely insane in such a case too, like freaking hell. But okay, sometimes you gotta pay the price of losing. Sheesh. It's a hefty price though. Would you actually be able to split that up? Yes, you can. Wow. Huh. Never knew you could do that. Let's get the more powerful units in there. They'll weaken themselves quite a bit by moving up there. I have a suspicion these guys can go back across the river next turn regardless, but I'm gonna put the guards in here. Or here. Because they'll have the potential attack from 3 sides there too. I don't mind jamming these mechanized in there either. It's like that. It's still only a 6 in terms of defense, so not great. But we'll see. It's time to get you out at least. And I don't feel so threatened there. Okay, let's get the 7,001 into the swamp, obviously. Given that my opponent has given me actually quite a bit of territory, as far as you can consider this to be quite a bit of territory, I think it is. Pushing him back to and over the Dnieper is no slouch. And I also get a bunch of reinforcements in here straight into action. They really are just perfectly positioned. I should kind of put a new army on that if I can. Like the second reserve army. Nothing beats attacking, like attacking with a reserve army. You need to operate fast and try to get as much territory in the Crimea as possible. That might work. Vasily Churikov, what you doing out here, buddy? That's fine. He's a 6 infantry, so I guess he can pull his weight a little bit. There's no support units. Let's go. It was only held by the Slovakian Mobile Division with 1,000 troops. Interesting. Well. Let's get in there. That might well be a German unit, and that's fair enough, but... Oh, it's not. Aren't they isolated now? I guess they are not. I guess through this and then this. I wonder if they can even escape from that position right now. Alright, don't try this at home. Come on. Daddy needs a new pair of shoes. These guys are routed, but that's fine. I don't really mind. I need to bust into the Crimea and help these guys. The Romanians ain't gonna stop me. Not while they're isolated like this, and now they have 2 less ports. Try to get the last one next turn. Despite the airplane losses, I think that's very much worth it. Yeah. Let's continue the fun train. Ooh. If I can capture a depot at Zankoi, which it likely has. Aw, man. Defensive CV5. What the hell? Damn it. Just as I was about to feel good about this operation over here. So it should certainly switch out to the more weak units here. Put the stronger rifle divisions up front. This 1027 looks a lot better. Right, any other easy access areas? Not really. I'll be able to attack my opponent's armor, 7th Panzer, out of there. Certainly not beating these. Don't see myself beating these though. None of the other areas have easy access, although I did get beaten there again. Some serious battle, but I actually think this is fine. It weakens his armored units. Because he has to spend CV and whatnot. Seems like he's taking some units off. This one hex still prevents me from getting units further in. It's not a big deal. I'm still not getting any units refitted here. Alright. I'm gonna take a little break here. Contemplate life, I guess. So... I'll meet you on the other side for sure. I don't need to recross. This already forces this unit further back. There's no way he can hold this city. In fact, these units are powerful enough to hurl him at least back onto these swamps. Which should be decent enough. Come on. There we go. That's all of them lost. Interesting how that looks. 2 divisions shattered. I don't know if I got 1 or 2 at this point. But that certainly feels good at least. Losses so far for my opponent are 48,000, mostly Axis allies. Once again, which is unsurprising, but doesn't matter. Yeah. It's the 5th Romanian Cavalry Division. Huh. Well. If only I took a chance to bomb this already. I wonder if they'd already be isolated, supposedly. I mean, I need this at the bare minimum, and I will try to defend that either way. The further I can get the Germans away from this bend, the better, because it's very exposed, and I need enough time to try to prevent him from getting in there. To that end, I also want to start building these. If I can get the fortified levels in those areas to level 3. That might help. $26 out of 21. Let's see though. Ninth Army is almost close enough to take some of those units. Crimean front is now overburned. Let's just put this here cavalry under Stavka, so that they're not. I might almost think it's useful to get some real going in there. Obviously I can't. The one potentially nice thing here is also getting this rail back up here. Down to Kremenchuk. Does Kremenchuk actually have anything else? No. But it is a major river crossing. And basically you have to come from here to retake it. Getting river crossings, especially here, is very difficult. So for 42, I would also say it's unlikely he'll be able to take that. In that sense, the crisis for my opponent down here is still not averted. But I'm sure it will be during the mud. He got enough units here to at least block my immediate advance, and getting across the river is pretty rough. I have some swamp hexes, which help, which might give me bit of a jump off point there, or here. But this is easier to defend, this one part. We'll see. Like I said, I'll take a break. See you on the other side. Alright, back. Let's start up the north, I guess, for now. Not that it really matters, but stuff here is probably relatively easy. Most of these guys are not getting any. Do need to switch a couple of guys up due to attrition, which is fine. Any other? No. It's fine, but I don't want my guys to be less than 10,000, so I definitely will just be getting the rest of these. The reason why I'm just not getting a whole lot here is because I was having a lot of new infantry divisions in reserve that I greatly put on 0% TOE for whatever reason, or maybe they came in that way and I didn't put them at 100% TOE. Super smart. And yeah, then it took a couple of turns to get them filled, and that means that nothing else got filled because I guess most of my manpower went there or something. Either way, while I was off screen, I did take care of the theater boxes, which is why you see all of this here. This gazillion things in transfer now. Like I told you about this, all these rifle divisions there. So this looks a lot nicer. Of course, we still have all of these here. 4,000 tanks in total just waiting here because these are not filled entirely, but yeah. I mean, I can keep sending a few of them every single time, but as long as most of them are not filled, it will take more time. Either way, got some motorized units, they're still being filled up. Then we only have rifle brigades and stuff here currently, but I don't want to send everything to the map at the same time. I already got all the infantry. And then there's some joystick going. I cleared up a little bit. I want these guys to be at 100 before they go. Interesting that this guard's core is just straight up at 0, and indeed also has 0 TOE. It's weird that these guys show up here with 0, or oh no, it's max 2 is 100. Okay, it's like why? But apparently they're okay here. They must be new. Any renames? Wait, what? What? Huh. Alright, well, I guess I have a guards tank brigade now. I don't know what they did, but that's pretty useful, I guess. No, I need to logistics phase report on rename. Guards, artilleries, howitzer 2. I don't know what special flag change to guards means, but whatever. And then these get evolutions. Okay. 065. That's just a weird change. Either way, I'm not particularly sure as to how high those percentages can be, but I'll take any units that become guards. They have higher morale, so it's always nice. Seems like, again, this scrolling sometimes doesn't work. It's so weird. Either way, that does... Come on. Why, game? I'm quite sure it's related to the game, not anything else. Really? It's not going up, so I can zoom out, but I cannot zoom in. Let's take this off, maybe now. There we go. Oh yeah. Okay, I wanted those airborne brigades here because I want those airborne brigades to become guards rifle units. That's what they can become. So for the moment, I'll just have it dig in here. I don't think I have a reserve unit or whatever, but maybe I do actually. Like the Neva Operational Group Army. Because now it just is cavalry. I'm already doing other stuff than I was supposed to. But it's okay. It doesn't matter. As 4th reserve? Yeah, I'll put some other stuff in there. Either way, back to business. I can't switch these guys up if my units don't get more units or more. They don't get replacements. Did you get some? You did not. But you're at 94, so they're actually okay. That means I could take something out. If there's anything below 10k, then I will change that. Doesn't seem to be the case, at least in those. No, that's fine. You didn't get any, so that doesn't matter. You're at 68. 20, 20, 16. And 12. Well, that means I can take more. Also, given that you're at 72. Yeah, okay. 2 more divisions. Let's start with 32nd. Actually, it doesn't really matter. I could just only take 2 more, so 39th, 39th, and that should practically be it anyway. 72. Yeah, okay. Nope. Too bad, but that ain't gonna work. Okay. You're at Stavka, but you're at 50. What's your 2E? 94. Huh. Nice. Old BT7s, huh? There's no need to refit them, but I do want them to get to 100 combat per point, so let's just put them under the 4th reserve, alright. There we go. 4th reserve, 4th reserve. They're also just getting combat per points. Hey. Nothing. But you. Also nothing. But you're 89. Well, let's just keep you on refit. And let's see. Because let's get you out. I know you're 5, but 8,000 men, that ain't too fancy. So it's at 4 now. Okay. You're at 90, so for the moment, there are a few more units that I actually do want to get on refitting here. Let's just see if I'm... Interesting that has light woods. But... this is a 29. .46 is a lot nicer. I would put you in there, but you're at 82, so that's no good yet. You under 49th as well. For the moment. They can take 2 more. I'll just get a couple of machine gun battalions. I want to put that tank brigade because the tank brigade is apparently not doing very well. And we'll put the Stavka. don't feel great about this deck, but... Uh, 141. Let's put you under the 11th army and get you in there. At least you have above 10,000. They can still attack. 4-1. Let's go. Just barely made it, and I did lose quite a bit, but he lost 26 Stooks, mostly Stooks that were attached to that. Yeah, that's still a decent catch. 4-1 losses besides, at least in manpower, but I guess that's fine. This fight for Borodino has been going on for some time. So that's pretty funny. And they're gonna get smacked again, basically. If you look at these odds, there's no way they're not gonna get smacked. But I will do what I must. I will also give them additional tanks. And make them fight for it once again. So cannot see what it is, but 19, yeah, that's not that bad. This is the only two. None of these are doing very hot right now. I can't move the Moscow defensive zone. But I can move you and then you. Okay. It also means that I have another 3 divisions. Well, these 2 are marginally okay, and they're... Let's take this off. They're below 2, which is kind of a nightmare. Motorizing is not getting any supplies because the rail line isn't running up to it currently, and I can't really fix it with this unit here. Sad as I am to say it, I need to get all of them out. First reserve army can still take 1 more. Wow. So they were not under command range? Oh, fuck. Why did I do that? That was super dumb. I'm a bit tired and it's clearly showing. Okay. 11th Army. And then this. Okay, then they're all under 11th, but then I do need to take something out here, basically. 2 units to go under the 33rd, which is fine. Clean front can still take 2. Third Reserve Army, there we go. And that means I can use you over here. Nice defense. 49th. Okay, if I want to shuffle units down there, I need to work on it up here first too. So going in there is a really bad idea because I do not have any units that can hold their own at this point. Okay. Just put you on the 20th. And take the weakest part, which is well, they can only attack with 2. In fact, that's not strong enough. But at least this will hold. Is that a depot? Yes, it is. Okay. '61st and then 8th. First Reserve Army. Let's just leave them like this. They can... No, actually, I shouldn't. Let's put both of these under 8th Army. Because that unburdens the Bryansk front, for which I do need more force on this army as well. So I put you under 3rd shock. There's no reason to not have them there. Okay, but not good enough yet. Thirteenth. Better this way, all the units in the same stack being the same like that. I need another reserve army in here. I know I have it. I've been moving them around like crazy. I'm not using them properly. There we are. This is where it becomes useful that I can put them under Brians, correct? And you'll just come right along with, so... There we go. Like, what better things to attack with the Crimea than with the reserve army? So... 7th reserve... If there's anything that can put under 7th reserve, I will. I might not even be able to. Not this turn. Fine then. I should have kept them on the rail. Fuck me. Let's at least get one guards in there, but I messed up. And you need to stay refitted. Let's take a look at the supplies. That's fine. This isn't. Because I don't like having the stacks wrong that way. I need these guys to refit and stuff. You're ready. Now, I think the need is highest here. This doesn't look bad. 34. That's just stuff going around. They're just getting combat prep points in the city. That's what reserve armies are for, after all. Right. This area does not look good, but I have no reinforcements. somewhere else. Except the tank division. Alright, I'm gonna do the final bit a bit later, because I'm too tired for this now. See you on the other side. Alright, back. Took care of a little bit more of the support units. Let me turn off the sound to 50. There we are. And then we can continue. The only thing I need to do is the central front, although for the most part I cannot really do much. If I get reinforcements, I will send them there, which is these two. They're not yet in the graves of ships. They need combat prep points as well. Both Kharkov and Belgorod are already full. There's like literally every other town around here. And I don't want to overcomplicate things here. I'm gonna send both of these to Kupiansk, but they will be for the Central Front. Because Central Front is the one that's doing the poorest at the moment. And as much as I'd like to fuel my offensive, I don't want to neglect the other fronts, and then, you know, my opponent can just smash through there or something. Especially when things are going so well, like right now. I don't really want that to happen. Such a shame you cannot move in there. Haven't moved these yet. You know what? Why not? Let's just go for it, and then hopefully I can very quickly get a depot here and start working on the rail line this way. It's of the utmost priority. I guess. Right, so I'm keeping these guys in those areas. Also here, this and this is fine. I don't even know with what I'm going to fill this, really. Certainly I can put this tank division in there. Like, I'm sure my opponent will try to dig in at that point, and that's fair enough. I don't even want to be here. It's just not a hex that I want to take right now due to my weakness. At the same time, these are at a 2. I cannot move into these hexes at all, I think. Well, my opponent will be on the other side. So... it's obviously not a great unit to put there either way. It's in KVD motorized rifle. But I need something to fill this gap too. Actually has nothing in that hex. Now, the interesting thing is then I can go and move this cavalry in here. I can see what's up. Okay, they'll probably get routed. Not the biggest of deals, I guess. I could attack here, which decreases the likelihood of them attacking that. But then I'd rather attack the Panzer Division. This will increase my odds significantly of winning here. I'm still doubtful, but let's just try. I did get it, but they only lost one tank. Well, unfortunate business, I guess. But I also think, in part, at least, that they will lose any combat prep points that they have left, and it's still a lost battle, which also adds to morale and stuff. So in that sense, I actually think that's okay too. Should have kept him on this guy. Could have attacked again potentially. What were the odds? A 3 against a 21. So they're also not doing that great in terms of offensive. Do I risk it? Do I risk it? No, I don't. Alright, let's move further down. These should stay on refit. It's refit, this is refit. This mechanized division probably will get a change TOE here to this. Yeah, upgrading 2 turns, can't get there fast enough. Let's get this mechanized division onto a depot and just put it on a refit indeed. That does seem to be the best outcome. I mean, I gotta attack here, I think. Oh, I had a tank brigade. And another. And a machine gun battalion. Come on. Alright, that looks kind of bad in terms of manpower, but it's not really all that bad. And also, they lost 43 tanks against, and that is very nice again as well. There's nothing that I like more than my opponent losing tanks. This encirclement won't work, obviously, but 44 Panzer IIIs, huh? Nice. I also think mostly it's this infantry division which is the strongest, and this Panzer division is at 1.1. Looking at the amount of tanks, my opponent actually does have less than I do regardless here. So I don't have a lot of working tanks, but my opponent has a lot less. And that is in part due to this this winter. Now this is 14. Not amazing, obviously, but I'm gonna put the cavalry in here together with you and you. If they want to attack with the 225th and 330th Infantry Division and exhaust them, that is fine. It's gonna cost me, obviously, because my units are not that powerful, but I'm not too worried about that. It's a shame I cannot move in here with any unit. You see, the Romanian unit is not that powerful, which gives them a 9. I mean, to be honest, I really want to attack so badly, but you have just 9,000 men, so that's no good. Surprised you're at 2 at 55%. Move that reserve army out for now, since I'm moving cavalry corps down. I completely forgot that I had this one. Ooh, it's a powerful one too. Very nice. Shame it cannot move further. than that. But it's fine. He'll probably kick some ass on some of these. We'll see how it goes, though. I'll put it under the 7th Reserve Army. That's a 5.7, so quite high. Let's actually move back 1 hex. It's no use just getting attacked. But let's beef up those forward defenses like this at least a little bit. Stacking some units. And keeping these there, because if they attack, it doesn't really matter that much there for now. And I'd rather have a somewhat stronger line over in here. I don't have that big of a bridgehead across the Dnieper. And if my opponent decides to be cautious in 42, which he might do, then that's just going to be good for me. Now, I don't want to necessarily be in that place. And this seems to be a much stronger bridgehead again because of the swamps. I will not be able to take Kherson. I don't have such illusions. But at least moving down, taking this territory, getting them across the Dnieper, and then digging in along the Dnieper again seems like a fine deal to me. And since my opponent has to make such a big push towards this area, there's less chance of me getting overrun. Here, especially if I keep building fortifications along this line here too. Currently at 49, and then this will make it 50. But that's okay. If I can get a unit on this, which I probably can at some point, or here. 66% for this mechanized. That will do it. I don't have much time, so I really want to try and clear the Crimea as fast as possible and push in with as many units. If I can cause some kind of problems here, that would be excellent. But I really need to push it. So Crimea is top priority, especially since Sevastopol is now isolated already for a while, and he's starting to pile it up here. Wait a minute. Oh. There's no interdiction now? Holy smokes, there is not. Huh. Oh, that actually changes a whole lot. That means at least I can send all of those to the reserve. And get new planes in there. Because that is absolutely ridiculous. Okay. And I will do that. So I've taken care of all this stuff. These guys just, you know, refitting and things like that. I'll need more manpower. I've taken care of the support units off screen. These have been on train this turn. I don't think I have any additional units up here either. No, so everything else is fine and I took care of the units. The only thing I need to do is get more planes in Sevastopol. All fighters. I have 40 a capacity already in Sevastopol. What do I have there? They must be under Black Sea Fleet. Yeah. I'll do it on morale. But I prefer high experience too. So either way, I'll be putting 200 planes there. Or, yes, exactly. They won't be flying right now, obviously. Yes. But they will next turn, so... Let's transfer them. Yep. And both of those will be under Black Sea Fleet Command. Let's see if I can do this resupplying. Apparently I could. That's actually very nice. Quite happy about that, because I'm doing that by sea. But, alright. Taking a look at what happened this turn. Order of battle looks like this now. At the moment. Then we have losses for this turn. Axis losses around 50k. For me as well. Axis lose 516 guns. We lose also 500. Axis lose 230 in tanks. We lose 300. Racking up those totals. Metrics, these don't change very much. Then we have total men, total guns, total AFVs, total aircraft. Then on the map men, map guns, map AFVs, map aircraft, manpower losses, gun losses, AFV losses. Those are not super interesting. Fuel stores. Oil stores. Production capabilities for my opponent are not doing super well. Supply stores. Resources. And manpower pool. I think this is the full manpower pool. So what also might have happened is I made surrender a few Romanian units and also some German units a while ago. And it might be that those are now back on the map. So a substantial portion of this, like maybe even 100k already, might just have been the reforming of Romanian units. And that's what's causing it to dip significantly. If we look at the destroyed units, for example, for the Axis, they have a total of 6 infantry divisions, 2 mountain infantry, so 8 divisions destroyed in total. And what is non-core? That's pretty funny. But the fact that they have 8 divisions destroyed, I think quite a few of them are Romanian, but for example here, what got destroyed actually, interestingly, I don't even know if no, it's not a disband. It's the 209th Stug Battalion, the 35th Reserve Romanian Infantry, and the 50th Romanian Infantry. So it's 2 Romanian infantry destroyed. Last turn, destroyed a Stug battery as well. Then the turn before that, a Romanian Pioneer Battalion got destroyed. Turn 30, 2nd Mountain. Turn 28, Heavy Panzerjäger Company and a Romanian Infantry Division. See, they're all Romanians. Then here, a Pioneer Battalion. Turn 26, it was 2 German Infantry and a Pioneer. You know, those might have come back, and then, for example, here's... so they might have all been German, actually. 4th Mountain, some flak. Turn 23, it was also German infantry. So actually, quite a few German ones. And some AA. And then on turn 12, a construction battalion only. Alright, I'm shipping it back to my opponent. You can see the map progress here for this turn. Which, despite not looking super significant, I actually still think it is a little bit, since we're only in 42. Things can only improve from here. Except during the summer of 42, but still. If I can trap more of 11th Army, that'll be absolutely amazing. But, alright, there's one last thing that I want to do. And that's the following. No, they actually... Yeah, they look fine. Never mind. Yeah, this is okay. Let's end it. And see what my opponent makes of turn 36. Yeah, I really wonder what he's gonna do here. Especially since now this is no longer isolated. Very happy about that. Alright. That reminds me. I have these and they did not move. And I will actually work on this here rail line. We'll see how it goes. I don't think he's gonna go over and attack this. It's a bit unlikely. I'm so greedy. Greedy, greedy, greedy. I want to attack. Sixth Panzer, they're at 6.4. Is this swamp? Yes, it is swamp. There's no way I'm gonna get enough there. No. One last thing that I want to take a look at. I can still only have 14 cavalry corps. I cannot... do a whole lot else. Yeah, I'm already short on manpower, so I should wait yet another turn for sure. Funny that there are 8 of these, but whatever. Not building any artillery at the moment. I'm fine on that. And that's about it, yeah. Okay, excellent. Yeah, I just shouldn't do it. Just go. End the turn. Yes. Right. Thanks for watching. Take care. See you next time. Bye-bye.